Welcome to the Walking Dread podcast. Yeah, the show that brings you a daily dose of deliciously dark stories.
Yeah, I like that.
Deliciously dark.
I'm Adrian, and I'm joined, as always, by the amazing Julia.
Hello.
Julia,
Hi.
are you ready for another
Yeah.
spine-tingling tale?
I'm ready.
Excellent.
Let's do it.
Today, we're diving into a classic setup that explores the ideas of power prophecy and the impact of words. And that is the story of King Roderick. Now, King Roderick was a very powerful ruler.
Okay.
And he demanded a song glorifying his reign.
Of course.
But when the bard refused to sing his praises,
Uh-oh.
Roderick cursed him to only sing of the king's wickedness
Wow.
and the downfall that it would bring.
That's pretty intense.
It is.
Yeah.
It's really interesting to think about when a ruler tries to silence dissent,
Right.
especially when it comes in the form of art.
Especially art.
Yeah.
Especially like a song.
Mm-hmm.
Because,
And so it was...
that could really spread
That's the thing.
among the people. It becomes a self-fulfilling prophecy.
Yeah.
Because every time the bard sings of rebellion and bloodshed, those things start to happen in the real world.
Wow.
So Roderick,
It's like he...
who was initially dismissive,
Yeah.
starts to grow more and more terrified
Right.
as his advisors become uneasy
Mm-hmm.
and the people start to question his rule.
It's like the more he tries
Hey,
to
see this?
squash it down.
That's like a feedback loop.
Yes.
The more he tries to control the narrative,
Right.
the more powerful the song becomes.
Bring Zach.
And then Roderick gets desperate. He decides to seek out a sorcerer
Oh, boy.
to try to silence the final verse of the song.
He thinks he can just, like,
He thinks he could
magic it away.
just rewrite his fate.
Yeah.
But the magic backfires.
Wow.
Instead of silencing the song, it binds Roderick to the song.
Oh.
I love this twist
No.
because it shows that we can't escape the consequences of our actions,
Right.
even with magic.
It's like that saying, what goes around comes around. You can't escape your fate.
And the final verse is super interesting too,
Huh.
because it transforms.
Oh.
It no longer focuses on Roderick's individual downfall,
Okay.
but expands to encompass a cyclical pattern of tyranny.
Huh.
So his reign becomes this haunting refrain, repeated through generations of rulers.
So it's not just him that's affected.
No, it affects
That's like a ripple effect.
everyone
So-
who follows him.
Oh, that's terrifying.
It is. It is.
So even after the kingdom crumbles, the bard's still there singing.
His voice echoes across this desolate landscape
Wow.
as a warning to anyone who dares to repeat. Roderick's mistakes.
Chilling.
It really is.
Yeah.
But I think the biggest takeaway is that this song isn't just a lament for the past.
Okay.
It's a living prophecy
Whoa.
shaping the future.
So it's almost like
It makes you wonder
this bard has become
if we're all just playing our part
like an oracle almost.
in narratives
Yeah.
that are already written.
Yeah, and he's forced to sing this prophecy
Yeah.
over and over again.
And it makes you think about the power of stories.
Right.
Like, can stories influence reality?
They warn us about
Can they warn us?
potential dangers or even
Potential danger?
inspire us
Inspire us to
and
change
change course.
our course.
Yeah.
The tale of King Roderick and the cursed bard reminds us that words have power.
They really do.
And sometimes the most potent weapon isn't a sword, but a voice speaking truth to power.
And sometimes that voice is forced to speak that truth.
Well said, Julia. And on that note, we wrap up another episode of the Walking Dread podcast. Remember to rate and follow the show for more bone-chilling stories and discussions. Until next time, sleep well. If you can